Hey guys, Jackie, welcome back to my channel. As you know, hot girl summer is officially here, but this is not looking exactly hot girl. But we're gonna change that real quick. So if you're interested in seeing how I went from not girl to hot girl, then keep on watching. First order of business are these ugly ass nails. They have grown out so much. It's been 5 weeks since I have last filled them, so these definitely need a little picker upper. For hot girl summer, I'm going for like clean nail vibes, so I am gonna attempt again at these pearly nails. I recently bought some new chrome powder, so hopefully this one works. If you guys want to watch me fail at using chrome powders, then I'll leave the video down below, as well as my other nail art videos. I ended up cutting my nails super short because my nails grow rather fast anyways, and I just want like a good reset. So I decided to do a short almond shape. I love my almond shapes because it makes my fingers look a lot longer, especially with nude colors. And then I put on this chrome powder on top, so it's nice and neutral. Step 2 is dermaplaning. I haven't done that in a while now, and I noticed I do have a lot of peach fuzz. It's getting a little hectic, especially around my sideburns area. I usually wax my sideburns and I just shave my face, so I'm gonna go through my routine today. So I did my normal skin prep already, but because we're shaving the face, we do need a bit of slip. So I'm gonna go in with my hyaluronic acid by The Ordinary. This stuff dries pretty quick, so I'm gonna work in sections. The first thing you want to do is just wet the area. Then I'm taking a little bit of this. Now grab your razor and we're gonna work downwards, tugging at the skin very slightly. I usually start from like the temple and work downwards. It's always so satisfying when you see the peach fuzz come off. We're just gonna touch up around the nose area here, and I'm gonna go sideways just to catch any fuzz that I didn't get earlier. Okay, now the sideburns, I usually try to shave as closely as I can before waxing the rest of it. Okay, so essentially this is what we're going to be getting rid of with the wax. I'm going to shave the other side off camera, and then we'll come back for the sideburns. I currently have my wax heating right now, so I'll be right back. We are back. The wax is heated, and I put my hair up in a ponytail to really like pull back the extra hairs that I'm not waxing off. Low-key waxing always scares me because I'm scared that I'm gonna pull too much hair. Just lining it up real good and close. Okay, and now we're gonna gently start ripping it off. It's gonna hurt like a bitch. I'm so scared. But 1, 2, 3. I low-key think I cried a little bit. Guys, look at the difference. Like, no sideburns versus sideburns. I prefer no sideburns because, like, my hairs here are pretty long already. So it kind of looks like I have sideburns. And then, like, with that part, it's just, like, extra hair. I don't like it. So here is the aftermath. It is so much peach fuzz. And then the sideburns. Can you believe that all of this came from my face? That is so gross. Next up is lash lift. If you don't know, I do my lash lifts at home using this kit from Amazon. Not sponsored. I highly recommend this. I've used this for years now, and I find myself keep repurchasing this one because it just works so well. Inside has everything you need. You have the priming solution, fixation solution, a cleanser, as well as a oil for your lashes. It also has lash glue. It is the perfect little bundle. As far as pad sizes go, I usually go in with M2. It's kind of hard to see on camera the difference, but I feel like M2 has the right amount of puffiness, so it gives my lashes a nice C curl. But depending on the length of your lashes, you might have to go down to a small, which is an S, or a large, which is an L. I've tried the smalls before and I feel like the curl isn't that noticeable. I've also tried the larges and I feel like it's too much puffiness where my curl doesn't hold. It doesn't look exactly like a C curl. So M2 is the happy medium. There is also an M1, but I feel like the difference between the 1 and 2, the 2 looks a lot better on my length, so I usually stick with M2. I like using their lash glue, but it is a little hard to use sometimes. The dry time, definitely some working around with. I found that it works best when you leave it on to dry completely. That's when it gets the most tacky. On the left side is the finished lash curl. It looks so good. It's touching my eyelid low-key, but I love that. I don't have anything on except for lash serum. I'm gonna start off with applying the glue all over the lid. I do want to try to get as close to the lash line as possible because that's where you will be placing your pad. And also make sure that you have enough glue in the inner corner. That's where I found that I have the most issues with the pad not sticking on. So just load up on this lash glue. This is one of those scenarios where more is not enough, especially with this glue. You want it to be super tacky and it won't move from the eyelid, so I'm just gonna keep applying. During the step, also make sure your lashes are not sticking to the glue already, because when you put the pad down, you are essentially flattening the lash curl, so make sure that there are no lashes stuck right now. Now that we're all nicely saturated, we're gonna let her dry down completely, if not like 85 to 90% dry. It has been around 1 to 2 minutes, so we're gonna put the pad on now. Make sure your inner corner is really close. Make sure you are aligning the pad super close to the lash line. It helps a lot when you're looking down at a mirror because you don't really want to look upwards because you're gonna lift the pad, so definitely get a mirror that's slightly lower than your eye level. Excuse my face, but now that she's on there, we're going to apply more lash glue onto the pad directly. Make sure you coat enough of the pad so when your lashes go over, it's still stuck to the pad. Now we're gonna wait for that to set in 1 to 2 minutes, and then we're going to take our lash tool to brush up those lashes. Now is also a good time to make sure that the placement of your lashes is exactly where you want them. Usually I like to push the ends of the corner into the front kind of, so instead of brushing the lashes straight out that way, I kind of maneuver them to go kind of straightward towards the center of the lid. That's because when it sets, I want a really nice eye-opening effect. Usually the lashes at the corner are super long and it kind of gets droopy a bit when I do curl my lashes like this, so moving it towards the center definitely gives it a lot more volume and the curl looks a lot more C-curl. So after you have something like this, we're gonna move into step 1, which is the perming solution. It doesn't come with any applicator, so I like to use a little Q-tip. Grab a little bit onto your Q-tip and I like to roll the solution onto the lashes. I mainly concentrate it at the roots of the lashes and just give them a nice even coat towards the top. One thing I like about the solution is that it doesn't sting my eyes. I do have contacts in and I don't really feel an irritation. If anything, my eyes getting irritated from having them open for so long. Never really had an issue with their solutions near my eye whatsoever. If your lashes are drooping because you have so much perm solution on it, don't worry, you can always go back in with some more lash glue. I usually go directly on top of it, but make sure you wipe off the excess before putting it back into its container. We're back after the first 15 minutes. Now we're gonna go into number 2, fixation. Again, take another Q-tip and I'm just gonna go right in. This one is a blue tint. It also doesn't sting. You just kind of want to brush through all your lashes and give it a nice thick coat. It's gonna look like this, and now we're gonna set our timer for another 15 minutes. Now after our second 15 minutes, we're going to clean up the solution, wiping off as much as we can before we go in with the cleanser. Going into number 4, I'm going to take another Q-tip. You really just want to saturate it and then kind of like rub around your lashes to get it off the pad. Using a wiggle motions, you can kind of see it coming off already. Then we're going to go under the pad and kind of like gently push. Now, this cleanser will not 100% get the lash glue off your eyelids, so I highly recommend using a facial cleanser of your choice. Currently back in my glasses because it is the end of the day now, but I did save this step specifically for nighttime. We have to fix this complexion. My forehead is a completely different shade because I've been spending a lot of time outdoors, so the top half of my head is actually burnt and my face is looking really pale. This is something that I have incorporated into my night routine to help me maintain a glowy, bronzy complexion, and that is self-tanning. This is my concoction. We are just going to apply it to our face as you normally would with moisturizer. As you can see, my tanning moisturizer is running low, so I'm going to show you how I mix mine. I go in with any moisturizer. Recently, I got a few samples from the Clinique, so I've been using this one. It's super lightweight and it's not too fragrancy, which I like. Grab a spatula and I scoop some into the container. As you can tell, there is a color difference because my tanning drops did oxidize the moisturizer, so that is why it's not pink anymore and it's like this orangey tone. So after putting more moisturizer in here, I'm just going to give it a really good mix. Now here comes the fun part. I recently got a few more samples from Tonologist. I went to their pop-up recently in New York, so I've got a few goodies to try out. This is in the shade medium. I usually just go in with just a few drops, especially if I'm just adding more. That was about 4 drops. Now we're gonna go back into the mixing. Now all we have to do is get a good night's sleep, let it do its magic, and then check back in tomorrow with the tan. Okay guys, it is the next day and I am looking a lot more tan compared to last night. This is why I love using tanning moisturizer. It does its work for you overnight, and now we're looking like a bronzed goddess. The only thing left to do is to beat this face so that we're officially ready for hot girl summer. Okay, but can we talk about this glow real quick? It is giving. This is why I love using cream products, especially in the summertime. It just makes your skin look like skin, but so much better. That's it for today's video. We are finally hot girl summer ready. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.